In the previous chapter, after Imu-sama heard the real name of Queen Lily, Imu decides to show his self and joined the conversation of King Cobra and the five elders. Cobra was shocked when he saw someone sitting in the empty throne. Cobra thoughts that no one is ever supposed to sit there. And no one should have the power to control the world. Imu started talking. You shall address two of the points being discussed. And thou must answer a single question in return, Cobra. Who are you? Asked by Cobra on Imu. And Cobra starts to recognize the name, Imu. It must be a coincidence, but among the first 20. Then, Imu-sama interrupts Cobra. Such curiosity teeters on impertinence. It will not dignified with an answer. However, those initial queries shall be address. D is the moniker of our ancient enemy. In the recent times, it was cropped up more frequently. However, it is nothing but a faint echo. Those who carry the name do not know of its true meaning now. And yet, this irritation endures due to Queen Lily's blunder 800 years ago. Blunder? Said by Cobra. The same can be said to those irksome scholars who investigates the so-called void century. Without those blunder, there would be no pirates chasing poneglyphs in pursuit and treasure either. If it were not for Lily's incompetence on that fateful day, those vexing relics would never have been scattered all over the world. King Cobra was shocked on what Imu-sama was said to him. And Imu added that the release of the poneglyphs is the worst possible happened. And now he started wondering if it was a blunder on Queen Lily or actually a part of a larger plan. And the five elders started to draw their weapons. And Imu wants to know what's Queen Lily wrote on that letter. So pray tell. Was it a deliberate choice to only refer to her as Queen Lily of House Nefertari? Go ahead and divulge the full name of her letter as written. Then King Cobra realized that there's no chance that he's going to leave in that room alive. I take it that there is no fib that I could tell to satisfy you enough to let me go. And one of the five elders reply on him. Your fate is already sealed the moment you saw the great Imu. Cobra thoughts on himself. Not surprising they can't let anyone know the world's greatest taboo has been broken. Sabo managed to sneak inside of the throne room. And listening to the conversation of King Cobra, five elders and Imu-sama. The atmosphere here feels a little sinister. What's going on? The truth is, the letter from Alabasta ruler 8 centuries ago was signed by Queen Nefertari, D. Lily. When Imu heard the D on Lily's name, a black arrow shape was stabbed King Cobra on his abdomen. But Sabo jumps out of nowhere to attack them. But one Gorosei notice him already. Sabo unleashed his fire fist and attacked the five elders. And the five elders caught by the flames of Sabo's fire fist. Then Sabo used smothered mate to attacks Imu-sama. Imu. Where did this one come from? Imu-sama transformed and eats the fire that Sabo unleashed against him. The five elders and Imu transformed into a huge-like creature. The five elders managed to survive Sabo's fire fist after they transformed into a monstrous appearance. Imu started to crawl down from the empty throne. I was hoping I'd be able to take you all out in one move. After all, there was no way I could have known that hell was located here, at the very top of the world. After Sabo saw their fiendish appearance, the Den Den Mushi captures a photo of Sabo's while King Cobra was lying on the ground and wounded. King Cobra recognized Sabo. You are Luffy's brother, aren't you? Asked by Cobra on Sabo. You're with the Revolutionary Army. And you still stepped in to save me? Said by Cobra on Sabo. Then Sabo replied on Cobra. Our cause is more concerned with the monster that sit above the kings and queens of the world. Do you know Luffy somehow? He once stepped in to save me too. Reply by Cobra on Sabo. Sabo laughs. That sounds like him, alright. Then Sabo carry King Cobra and starts to run. But the monstrous shadows by the five elders didn't want them to leave alive inside the throne room. Leave me, I'm a dead weight. You have a better chance of escaping on your own. Said by King Cobra on Sabo. Not gonna happen. Reply by Sabo on Cobra. There's something I've come to understand. And if you die here we will be in trouble. Because I need you to deliver a message on Luffy and Vivi. You want me to tell them something? Said by Sabo on King Cobra. Tell them. We share the moniker, D. I finally know the path Alabasta must follow. King Cobra said his message on Sabo. Sabo was shocked after he heard Cobra's message. And a flashback starts when Luffy, Ace, and Sabo was a kid. So, you both have D in your name. Is that just a coincidence or something? Sabo asked on Ace and Luffy. But Loopy doesn't have any idea. Who cares? A name is a name. Do you want a D in your name, Sabo? Said by Ace on Sabo. Then you can be Sa-di-bo. Why would you put it there? Complains by Sabo to Ace. And the flashback has ended. And another shadow arrow is unleashed. The shadow arrow both stabs Sabo and Cobra. While they were running for an escape. Sabo didn't expect that attack. And he drops King Cobra. King Cobra. Sabo's reaction after he drops King Cobra. And a shadow monstrous silhouette starts to approach them. But King Cobra starts to stand. And said. The poneglyphs must be protected. Raise the flag that heralds the world's eventual dawn. And the huge monstrous silhouette unleashed a loud roar to interrupts Cobra's last words. Nefertari di Lily. That's the last words that Sabo heard on Cobra's message. I'm counting on you, Sabo. King Cobra used himself to give Sabo a chance to escape. King Cobra. Calls on by Sabo. You must live on. King Cobra's bid on Sabo's escape. King Cobra was lying down after that. While the other monstrous silhouette surrounds him. And one of them notice someone that is spying on them. Who's there? And it turns out to be King Wapol. Who is spying them through a small hole in the wall. King Wapol was shocked on what he saw. Cobra the Senile has gone and had himself killed. I never liked him, but how could I celebrate after witnessing something so terrifying? I've stumbled upon the biggest skeleton. In the government's closet. I don't even want to know who that was. They will end me. King Wapol didn't know what's his going to do after what happened. The Grand Round Table in the council chamber. We're the leaders of other kingdom is in there for the reverie. It seems that King Cobra and King Wapol is not yet present. We just received words that the two of them will not be attending and that we are to proceed without them. Perhaps King Cobra's impression and speech drained him. And the other leader starts laughing. Maybe he considered his job done. Now that the desolation of warlords has been approved. Let us move to the remaining matters of the agenda. Now then, the concerning of the coalition of the 4 northern nations calling for independence. While King Neptune and King Riku is silently listening to them. The scene was changed inside the room of Princess Shirahoshi and her brothers. Shirahoshi, the conference is almost over. Let's go wait to the Red Port. We won't need to deal with the celestial dunces there. Said by eldest prince. And the other prince asked if she was okay. The princess reply. I was hoping to say goodbye to Princess Vivi. I wonder where she went. What's the meaning of this? You'd better untie me. Princess Vivi is held capture inside a guest room in the Pangaea castle. Whose orders are you following? I'll tell the whole world about this. The princess was held by the CP0 agents. Hey, easy there, you're being too forward. Gotta play your cards closer for the best if you want a shot at being free, you know, said by Jabra on the princess. I'm afraid no one's going to help you, princess. Once your disappearance is made public, you'll probably leave the rest of your life as a pet. Added by Khalifa. Is Shirahoshi alright? Asked by Princess Vivi to the CP0 agents. Then Jabra replied. Seriously? Now's not the time to worry about others. Lil Missy. We received that more trouble broke out around her earlier, but she apparently came out of the ordeal unscathed. Added by Khalifa. Then Vivi feels relieved after she heard that Shirahoshi was alright. The punks who ended up assaulting a celestial dragon that was trying to kidnap the mermaid princess were member of the Straw Hat Fleet. Boldly proclaimed their victory, giving their names and everything. And the guests in the courtyard were stunned. Said by Jabra. After Leo and Sai attack St. Charlos. Meanwhile, at the home of the gods. Fujitora's action helped the revolutionary free the slaves. And that obviously pissed Ryokugayu off. So they went at it. And Jabra was wondering on what's happening in this year's Reverie. After so many commotions happened. Like a pet? Gimme a break, looks like I'm gonna have to do something about this. Thoughts by the princess on her current situation. But she noticed something's happening in the walls. King Wapol breaks through the wall while being terrified on what he witnessed earlier. Spare me. I didn't see a thing. Wapol stated while he was running. Vivi was shocked when he saw Wapol is running around. Out of the way. Said by Wapol. While he eats everything on his path. And Vivi finds a way to escape from the CP0 agents with Wapol. Move already. You will never take me alive. Wapol runs through another wall. The CP0 agents was surprised after Wapol runs to their room. And they notice that Princess Vivi was gone. They can't believe that the princess managed to escape on their grasp. Wapol's wife saw him and asked him on where he went. Then she notice Vivi is with Wapol and ask him on what's happening. But Wapol ignores her wife and keeps running. Then Vivi asks Wapol on how much further he wants to run. Then Wapol replies on her. As far as it takes. I'll run to the ends of the world if I have to. And Vivi's agree on Wapol's plan. Then Wapol's wife misunderstood on what's happening. And she thinks that Wapol and Vivi is running away to starts a new life with her.